the name?
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
I love how Leon even followed his own liner with emphasis, okay? A little emphasis right there. A little soul.
Soul.
I love it. And pretty soon, a little soul will meet Duval with a real game coming up this weekend.
It's still a week, baby.
Yeah.
I know it's preseason. I know to some people it doesn't matter, but these guys got the game come Saturday.
It matters.
Imagine Don Cornelius screaming Duval.
Huh?
Imagine Don Cornelius screaming Duval.
Oh, yeah.
How would that go, Leon?
Dude, nah. I almost want Liam on you.
You did?
I almost want Liam on you. I don't know. Don.
Because he's got a little cat.
Yeah, he's
kind
got
of like Liam's.
a little charisma to him. Yeah.
He was smooth.
Duval, baby.
Yeah.
Baby
He
would have to
followed
follow.
with a baby.
He would have to say
Right,
Duval,
right.
baby.
Follow with a baby. All right, so welcome in a Mocama Beer Company Monday, fired and ready to go, as we will have you for the next couple of hours. Hopefully you guys will hang out with us, especially if you are breaking from the first part of your day, heading for lunch. Just take us with you. We appreciate it, that's for sure. We got plenty to look back on over the weekend, and there's been training camp news everywhere. Micah Parsons is stealing the headlines for everybody out there because him and Jarian Jones, they're in a flat-out this is Dallas, the old soap opera, what's going on there. And Micah has demanded a trade. He ain't the only one who's demanded a trade among the NFL circles, so we'll get into all those. You got the scrimmage for Friday night. You got the game coming up on Saturday night. And Leon, with 3 preseason games, and I know we're always trying to look and see how guys are going to do it differently. Remember there was that hard and fast rule that you won't see the starters in the last preseason game. Well, obviously that has changed depending on what coaches want, but that scrimmage was important to make sure that they could get the 3 games of work in.
Yeah, they got their work in on Friday for sure. I'm not sure this preseason game on Saturday against the Steelers. I wouldn't see the offense the first probably getting 1 drive. I think they get a drive, maybe a drive, and then after the one drive.
Couple.
You thinking a couple of drives?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, they got some good work in on Friday.
Sure.
So that they may want to count that as a preseason game. So say, as far as the amount of reps they got into it. So Saturday, a drive or 2. I give them a drive or 2, and then the next thing you got the starters. I mean, you got the second team, third team in.
Yeah, I'm thinking a couple drives too. Definitely.
Close to a quarter,
especially
maybe.
if you go like 3 and out. There's definitely going to be 2 drives.
Yeah.
But
Get your
I mean,
butt back out there.
Right.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to see what you got. I think both offense and defense. I think you got to see what you got. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Let's. I mean, you've been going jag on jag now for 3 weeks.
Okay, just as we stay on this, and we'll have a different thing to think about each day as we get closer to the kickoff. Do you want to talk about a team that wants to see what they look like offensively with that first series?
Steelers.
It's Steelers fans, but are the Steelers going to do that in the first series?
Well, I also think
are you going to see Ron?
I also think the first. It's not like it used to be. The first game previously, when there were 4 preseason games, was a lot different than it is. I think now you got to figure out what you got, and
you got to get some work in.
Yeah.
During my era, when we had 4 preseason games, the second and third game was when we got most of our reps. The second game is when we got maybe 2 drives. The third game is when we played a whole half, and then the fourth game we sat out. First game we probably got a drive in. Got the 2s and 3s and everything. The second game was the most essential game. Then the third game, and then the fourth game we were totally off. So they got 3 preseason games now. I would think they would get a couple of drives the first game. Maybe the second game they'll get a half, and the third game they'll probably be off.
Yeah. It's funny because that third game is a bit of a coin flip with coaches, I believe, because if you have a full week off before you get to opening weekend, and they don't necessarily want to see these guys basically go through 2 or 3 Sundays without any action, or 2 or 3 weekends without any action. So I think it's going to be an interesting watch to see how Liam Cohen does it. Liam, with his first scrimmage, he said, I'm going to do everything just like it's a game night, game setting, meet with the officials, go through every bit of pregame the way he envisions his team going through it. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about Friday, is that these players are going to be in that stadium with their unis on for the first time.
Well,
and I like the way he simulated that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the game, the players play with a little fire. I mean, listen, we had, 11,000 fans at the stadium for the scrimmage, so you heard the noise. It probably won't be, it wasn't to capacity like you would see during a regular Sunday game, but it was still good to see the fans out there. And you got to get I'm sure that I saw the players getting their juices flowing because the fans out there, they're cheering and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I like the way the scrimmage went. Ones-on-ones. Jaguars go down there and score a touchdown. I thought Trevor stole the show as far as his completion rate, his touchdown, I mean, his confidence. He seemed to be locked in.
Yeah.
Receiving core played well. All three guys played outstanding. I think the offensive line did all right. So to say as far as protection goes, which was good.
Like
it was nice to see. It was nice to see. And then defensively, your boy, I think your boy Jarian Jones is. Pretty special. He gonna be something to reckon with.
I feel like
Jarian Jones.
Yeah,
Jarian Jones. Yeah,
really?
yeah. Bro, I mean, he's had a good camp. He's had a good last couple of days. And I think in the scrimmage, he defends well. He's up on guys. You don't see. I really don't look at the DBs and stuff like that because I'm entrenched to the trenches.
Right.
But for me to look at him and see him batting down balls up on guys in the last couple of practices, some of the things he did, wow.
both he and
It's interesting because there is some thought that Jordan Lewis would be in base the second corner.
No, he was always looked at as nickel. At least I believe he was.
He was a nickel of Dallas, right?
Yeah, because
I know he's a nickel, but I mean, I think that
But
was
not in base.
That
I
was
don't-
the concern. Like it wasn't.
At least I don't believe that. Like in other words, when they went to get Travis Hunter, it was immediate for my mind, immediate competition between Jari and Travis to steal that to take those reps outside. That how often they play nickel. And Jordan Lewis is seen as that guy, more physical, more intuitive.
Which is why I'm saying in base because it's more of a run support. Base
Right.
is more of a run support.
And so Jarian, at the very least, has made the types of plays that you're talking about, Leon, towards the end of last year, made some significant plays. I like the growth that I'm seeing in him. I'm hoping I have it scheduled to talk to him this week. Wanted to do it coming out of that scrimmage to get a little bit of an idea. Lewis made a play in the scrimmage as well. And so you need those secondary guys to start making some plays.
Yeah. Well, listen, true to form, the front end always helps the back end.
Yeah.
Trayvon he unleashed.
Yeah.
Josh, I'm telling you, I really think this year that Trayvon Walker, because it is a contract year as well, I wouldn't be surprised 15.5. That's why I'm setting the bar at 15.5.
Wow.
Now we're at 39 touchdowns for Trevor and now 15.5 sacks for Trayvon.
It's August, baby.
Yeah. Augie Optimus.
There you go. That part right there.
Let's do it. All right. So if you guys were at the scrimmage, Friday night, or you're looking forward to the game against the Steelers coming up this weekend on Saturday night, let us know. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, especially maybe a high and a low that you guys saw coming out of the scrimmage. Hit us with it. You can jump into YouTube. All you got to do is search XL Primetime and you'll catch the stream, and that way you can jump in the YouTube chat there. We would love to hear from you. Mocama Beer Company, they bring in today's show, so you can definitely enjoy a great experience up there with all that great craft that they've got. They are serving wonderful selections of their craft beer every single day, coffee in the morning. They've got music at the end of the week, all sorts of menu items that you will love when you're heading out there for lunch or maybe a happy hour or dinner, whatever it might be. Check out Mocama.com. They're right there in Fernandina on South 8th Street, the Wildlight location, and then on the shelves of Total, ABC, and Publix. Check out Mocama. So we're going to talk Jaguar ball. We're going to get into some football practice for these college teams that we follow, which, as we know, you don't get to see that much of practice compared to what you get to see in these training camps. But hit Micah Parsons. Give us something to think about, and we'll get into this coming up in just a second. It could go really bad between Micah and the Dallas Cowboys. It looks like it's headed that way right now.
Yeah, I mean, just from the information I'm getting, listen, Jerry has had a history of this, right? I'm not buying it. I think it's staged. I think that he's Barnum and Bailey, all right? He's the ringmaster. 2 years ago, the whole situation with Dak, he signed him week one before. Same thing with CD Lamb. I just think that the more mouths that are on the Cowboys, the more money he makes. I think in his mind, he is not crazy enough to trade Micah Parsons, who's a young, dominant defensive player who you have to game plan against.
Yeah.
Absolutely have to game plan against.
All right, so we're going to set this up because, honestly, I like your play that it could be just a circus act that loves to draw headlines. The old classic way back with Barnum and Bailey, they said, Doesn't matter what you write. Just make sure you spell my name right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep it rolling. It's XL Primetime. Just getting cranked in the noon hour. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the number one place to buy your next vehicle. Denny Thompson stars as the quarterback whisperer.
Everyone agrees that playing quarterback is the hardest thing to do in sports.
He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Tuned up by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Firehouse Subs has fries. Your hometown hero since '94 just cranked up the heat. Hot subs, crispy fries, golden, pillowy on the inside, and perfectly seasoned. Over 30 Jacksonville locations. Firehouse Subs, homegrown and now with fries.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner with honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple of years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Let's get the work done.
Training camp is here.
Up, quick feet, quick feet, quick feet!
1010XL's training camp coverage is backed by Roland Reach Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Go, here we go, let's go, it's live now, let's go!
I'll be honest with you, it is because of Beards that I felt so confident getting down on one knee because I knew she would love the ring.
Jacksonville native Dr. Arian Afshari talking about the engagement ring he got from Beards Diamonds.
I spent everything I had on that ring, so I really wanted it to be an awesome ring.
Dr. Afshari loved the fact that at Beards, nobody's on commission. In fact, they even showed him how he could get the look he wanted and spend less than he budgeted.
There was a bigger diamond and a nicer diamond that I was looking at, and they actually steered me away from that to make sure I wouldn't feel stressed out or financially burdened when I walked out of there, which was really nice.
And he loves the fact that Beards is locally owned for over 4 decades, a refreshing alternative to those big box corporate jewelers.
You've got the experts there to talk to you. I don't think you get that from anywhere else in the town center. You're just a number when you walk into a big box store.
Local owners, no middleman prices, massive selection, and a commitment to quality. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate, get the best guarantee in the window replacement business, save money on your new windows, and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, we were trying to mix and match with Cole being out. We got to figure out who our swing tackle is going to be for the short term right now. Specifically, we still have obviously competition going on at all spots, but specifically that position, we want to make sure that we're giving guys the opportunity to be on the right side and the left side. That's why Anton moved over there, so that we could kind of get a good evaluation of all those tackles being able to play on both sides, because you don't know which side they're best at, and they got to get good at both if they're going to be our swing tackle.
Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mocama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
File that Cohen cut under.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Romo.
That's exactly that. Was a bit of a zinger. Now
that was, bro.
You could attack it a number of different ways, but the soundbite was he was responding to the question that Anton was working at left tackle. So you take it from there.
Well, I mean, listen, if you're good enough at your one position, they don't move you around. You think they move Bo to right and me to left?
Negative.
No, because we were soundproof. He was soundproof at left. I was soundproof at right. Okay. So there obviously has to be some concerns. You're looking for your starting right tackle to be a swing tackle at left tackle.
Yeah, it can't be. Now
that ain't what's happening.
Yeah.
Some names.
So the other half of that.
Somebody ain't working with no deodorant.
Well, but
it's stinking.
The other half of that.
I can tell you who's stinking right now.
Is trouble in River City, but the left tackle.
Yeah,
right?
that's the stank.
Yes.
So that's the stank, and it's funny because you can take that and you could go, wait a minute, is he freaking out that Walker Little is not playing as well as he should? That Anton Harrison, we'll all remind everybody, came out of college playing left tackle at Oklahoma, played a ton at left tackle. Now, a lot of these guys, like you, played left tackle because you were the best lineman that Miami had, but you can say, all right.
So was Anton. He was the best lineman Oklahoma had.
Yeah, exactly. So question number one is Walker Little in trouble? Question number two is Anton Harrison not doing enough at right tackle where he's trying to scare the heck out of him and say, look, you could be our swing guy if you don't get this thing straightened out?
Well, here's the thing. Anton Harrison wouldn't be moved from right to left if, let's just say this, between the two of them, Walker is performing below their expectations.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we can agree.
They're below their expectations. So they're saying to themselves, okay, what would be our best alternative? Okay, Anton Harrison's played left tackle in college. Let's move him over there. Because you don't make that kind of move or transition unless you know that left tackle is not, that you don't trust him down the stretch.
Right. And it's clearly not Fred Johnson. There's no doubt about that.
You notice that his name didn't come up at all.
So you move Anton.
So they're trying to figure out who the swing tackle is.
Yeah, what'd you get Fred Johnson for?
Right, right. Or Edoga for that matter. So yes. I think it's going to try him at left tackle, Anton Harrison. And if Walker Little can't handle right, they're just going to put Edoga there.
Yeah, and look, Edoga has been pressed into duty at right guard because of the injury to McCary. And so that definitely that counts as well. Cole Van Lanen in injury, shoulder, I believe it was shoulder, Cole Van Lanen. And so he's regarded as a swing tackle. Now, if Cohen would have spent a little more on that and said that this is why we're doing it. No, he didn't spend a minute on that. He spent a minute on the fact that he moved Anton over.
Yeah, but listen, in my 5 years in Jacksonville, not once did they ever say, hey, Leon, we're going to make you our swing left tackle. No, because they knew they had a foundation. But when Big Bo went down, right, guess who our swing tackle was? It was this left guard, Ben Coleman.
Ben Coleman, right?
They moved Ben Coleman out there because he's already at left. So you move. Why wouldn't they move Ezra, who's played left tackle?
Yeah, he
wants to play tackle, too.
Yeah,
he's played a little bit of tackle.
He's played a little bit of tackle.
When he was traded from Minnesota, remember, the whole conversation was Balky went and got him, and Ezra said, I see this as an opportunity because I would like to be looked at as a tackle.
Yeah.
He wanted to get that contract that reflected tackle money. It didn't. He gets his guard deal. How much, Matt? How much was the guard deal?
$30 million.
36.
3 years, 33 or something like that.
So anyway, he's there, but he's also
having a good camp, though. I'll give him that.
He has 6'5", a taller guy that might be able to kick out.
But here's the thing about Anton has not played that position for 2 years. I mean, the easier transition for me would be a guy that's already in the left-handed stance,
right?
As far as Ezra goes, and just slide him over, and then you put your boy Wyatt Milam, you put him at left guard. I mean,
you didn't put Wyatt Milam left tackle. He played left tackle for 3 years at West Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
it's just odd to me that you go way over there at right tackle from 2 years ago to move him back to left.
Well, the only thing I can interpret, you guys let us know how you interpret this. The only thing I can interpret more than anything else is that Walker Little is right now of concern. Okay? That is the number one thing. And then Anton Harrison is already a guy who has started a bunch of games in the National Football League that did play left tackle. I guess I would rather, if it came down to a change, I would rather see him looked at first before a Wyatt Milam, because we're talking about you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
He's been in the NFL trenches.
You know who's not sleeping well at night right now? Trevor.
Yeah.
The uncertainty at left tackle right now that's going on with all these mixing and matches. Listen, if I'm Trevor Lawrence, I say, listen, you need to make this work now because you got preseason going. You got 3 preseason. The next thing you know, regular season is going to roll around.
Oh, you better believe it.
You don't have confidence in Walker Little. You got a left tackle, right tackle playing left tackle who hadn't done it in 2 years. Ezra Cleveland, he's not your turn. And then you got a rookie of YM who played it at left tackle in college. Good luck with that.
Yeah. And so right now, I guess the thing I appreciate more than anything else, let's make it the early 10-10 take, JJ. It is lunchtime after all.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
I'm going to be the first to admit this. I go through a roster of what I want to eat daily, okay? and people, you sit there, you go, wait a minute, where do I want to go? And it just kind of bounces around in your head. And next thing you know, you've been driving 15 minutes. Just go to Sonny's, all right? Drop in. Any one of your area Sonny's, enjoy some delicious barbecue, and then get back at it after that. So if nothing else, the button-pushing Liam Cohen, the button-pushing Gene Wilder, as I like to call him, he's at the very least letting people know, don't be comfortable. You don't have this job on lock. We're talking about 2 starters that it looks to me, and you guys, I think, agree, that he's calling out. He's already called out Anton Harrison. He already looked at him again in training camp and said, is this going to be every day? Every day we need this from you. And then now saying to Walker Little, hey, man, we ain't quite cool with the way things are going at this most important position. So that's the 10-10 take. I will give Liam Cohen credit for pushing some buttons early.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. I like the fact that he came here and made this offensive line uncomfortable because of the season they came off for. But listen, I know what Liam Cole's elevated expectations are for the offensive line because his left tackle at Tampa was, let me see, Tristan Wirth, perennial All-Pro.
Yeah.
He could go rest his head easily at night, knowing that you had that perennial All-Pro.
Oh my God,
protecting Baker Mayfield's blind side. So his elevated expectations of the left tackle, is where these guys need to be.
And you'll remember this.
There's a big difference between Tristan and anyone else.
But I'm just saying. What I'm saying is he's known what he's seen in Tampa, and he comes here and says.
Here's the other thing.
I get it. Maybe he's just trying to shock Walker Little.
Oh, well, he has to be. The other thing is Tristan Wirth came in highly drafted, highly regarded, and started at right tackle because that was one of the big things with Tom Brady under center. They added that rookie to basically play like a veteran at right tackle before moving over.
Right,
so,
but you also have to remember this. Like I just said, maybe they're trying to shock Walker Little, but if you're 3 weeks into camp and you see what's going on with Walker Little, I'm not so sure they're trying to shock him. I think they're trying to find somebody at left tackle.
I think they're shocked right now.
Right, they're shocked. Right, but I think this is literally them trying to find a left tackle.
You guys have heard of the shocker. They're shocked right now, okay? Here's the texter. I was at the scrimmage on Friday and saw Walker Little get blown up 3 times in a row, 3 pass plays in a row, and he was eventually replaced with Fred Johnson, I believe. And so
Fred Johnson ain't the answer.
Right. I know. Those are the things right now that you're dealing with.
Poor Trevor.
Yeah. And the other part of it that we have said before is that you view Walker Little in game situations as a guy that steps up and for the most part, gets the job done.
He's played well, yeah.
For the most part. I think we would all
solid 6.5 to 7. Yeah.
And so above average, it's so funny because I would have to fight people off in the Cam Robinson argument because I'd always say he was above average. Well, Walker was never able to beat him out. That was one of Hayes Carline's biggest points. He's never beaten anybody out. And now he's been basically granted this spot and a contract extension. Yeah. And so is he going to be game good, or is this more revealing than Jaguar fans want to realize?
I don't know, bro. I'm old school. I don't buy into the notion that you practice terrible, and then somehow game day you turn on the switch. But
I agree
You don't
with
buy
you.
that, huh?
I don't buy it.
Because coaches say that all the time.
I don't buy it at all. I mean, but Walker Little, like we've watched him for the last couple of days in practice, and he hasn't looked good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes into the scrimmage, and he doesn't look good. Now, maybe you go into the game this Saturday against the Steelers, and he balls out. Now, if he balls out, then he just extinguishes my narrative that you can't. He does. That's all I'm saying. But I've seen him over the last couple of weeks in practice, and he has struggled.
Yeah.
He has absolutely struggled.
And I think, thankfully, you zero in on it, and you played it at a Pro Bowl level, so you understand it. But there's more and more people that are obviously seeing this right now and going, woof, that they don't know what to do with it right now. And so that's a big deal. All right, 641-1010. You guys hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, a Mocama Beer Company Monday. Here's one of our texters to strengthen Leon's point about Jarian Jones, talking about him on the defensive side looking good. He finished last season incredibly strong with the arrow going up. And believe me, I will not disagree with that, because I think he made himself noticeable in a positive way on impact plays. And if he keeps doing that, it's going to be a great watch. If you don't have to have Travis Hunter out there all the time, that you can rely on both of these guys in certain situations having an impact at that corner position.
But yeah, I know. But I know how players are now.
They want their spot.
Yeah, they want their spot. And what's going to happen in the middle of the game? And he's balling now, because they're not going to take out Tyson Campbell for Travis.
No.
So Jarian's in the game. He's got his rhythm. He's got his flow. Hey, come on out. We're putting Travis Hunter in there. How's that going to work out?
You know what else? I also think that if he plays that well, I think you're going to see less of Travis Hunter on that side of the ball.
Well, yes, yeah. I'm thinking the same thing. When Leon's saying, I'm like, they won't need him as much.
Yeah.
But this secondary, man, and we all know this.
Yeah.
This secondary, they were a sacrificial lamb last year. They gave up too many big dagger plays.
And what about? Listen, I'm just creating scenarios that he might have to endure.
Yeah.
Plays plays lights out all the way through. We get into the red zone. Hey, Jones, get out. Travis, get in.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. I think if he plays lights out,
fly. I agree with that.
With a player.
No, it won't. But I also think if he plays well, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And look, the diva and the alpha dog, those are basically one and the same, because you got to fight for what's yours, and you got to be a diva about it, because that's your contract, your job security, everything. The last thing you want is for someone to sub you out and sub somebody else in.
Yeah. You don't want nobody else at your table eating.
Right. Yeah. Hey, right tackle Leon. This is a 3rd and goal. Let's bring in somebody else, because
the hell if you do.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be what Doc Holliday said. You'll be a daisy if you do.
Yeah.
Right, but it's also it's incumbent upon Jarian Jones to play well enough and not get pulled. Simple as that.
Exactly. Because the one thing that the point you're making, Matt, which is a good one, is that the last thing you want is to feel so desperate to have Travis Hunter on the field because you're leaking oil everywhere. Is that you got to put him out there. You got to put him out there. You got to put him out there. That type of stuff. And Jarian, I like what I've seen so far as his camp goes. And one of our texters, of course he is, Leon, talking about Jarian. He's a Seminole, a dog out there, is what he says. All right, you giving some Seminoles love?
Yeah. Seminole tried to get me yesterday, the other day at Orlando. I'm at the restaurant. I'm eating. I got my U Legend shirt on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking outside. Guy stops me. Hey, Leon, when is Miami ever going to compete for an AFC championship game and actually win one? I say, you know what? That sounds like a Seminole fan to me. He started laughing. Don't try me like that. But I know it's getting close to football now.
I love it.
Because they're coming out the woodwork.
All right, so on that note, let's bring up a little college football. We do a little carousel, move around, talk about some practices that are out there in some notes. So let's get it going. It is XL Primetime, Mocama Beer Company. They make
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through August 31st. Financing is available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. You
wouldn't drive your car 50,000 miles without an oil change. So why are you ignoring your septic tank? That thing's working around the clock, taking every flush, shower, and mystery casserole down the line. Eventually, it fills up. And when it does, you do not want to find out the hard way. Don't wait for the stink. Septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic pump out with the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
The Coke Zero Sugar 400 returns as the NASCAR Cup Series regular season finale. Answer this question for a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400, August 23rd. Who has the most victories in the Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010. Who has the most victories in the Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010 for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400.
As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. Some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
12:33, it's XL Primetime, Mocama Beer Company Monday. Look for them, that beautiful tap room, old 1950s car dealership on South 8th as you enter the historic part of Fernandina Beach. You can enjoy a delicious cup of coffee. You might want to get one of their, well, the baristas are always there ready to take care of you. And then they're cranking out beer every single day. Delicious food on their menu, music as well. Make sure you check it all out, mocama.com. Their Wildlight location as well, or on the shelves, Publix, Total Wine, ABC, wherever you might be shopping for some great local crafts. So let's craft a little college talk here, Big Search, because what's the countdown? Last week we were counting it down. We're inside of a month. Week 0 is going to be here before you know it. Farmageddon is going to take place in Dublin this year, which is strange enough to even imagine that. Kansas State, Iowa State. Farmageddon is one of the great college football nicknames for a game, is it not? It's got just cool written all over it. DJ Lagway back at practice. We'll at least get an idea of whether he's 100% ready to go. Have you heard anything on that, Matt? Because they were able to put together a scrimmage over the weekend.
They're going slow.
Yeah.
They're going slow. That's all.
What
they're not going to push anything.
Yeah, of course. We've modified things. We've modified, not modified him as far as superhuman.
Look, at the end of the day, they're doing everything they can to keep him healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
And if that means he misses the majority of camp, then so be it. Because it's either him or it's Harrison Bailey or Aiden Warner.
Yeah.
So it's either him with a potential to reach the playoff, or it's the other two with 5 and 7 staring at you.
Yeah, frightening.
I was confused by Napier's wording at that.
Yeah, believe
like
me,
they were
I
gonna.
was
He
too.
didn't say like they were gonna modify practice. He was like, "We're gonna." So I was thinking, is there like a Luke Skywalker type robot arm being introduced?
They're modifying his the best way to say it. They're modifying his schedule in camp.
Yeah, you know what they're doing? They're taking him into the lab. They're opening up the hood, and they're changing some stuff.
He's not. Same thing in spring, like when he didn't throw.
Yeah, they're changing some rack and pinions on him.
They're trying to make sure whatever the lower leg injury is, calf, whatever, that it heals.
Yeah, which is pretty scary. Well, Miami?
Well, Miami, listen, I'm on their website, and they've got the top 50 players going into this season, right? And right now they're at number 27. And number 27 is Micah Tony. All right, wide receiver.
Malachi.
Thank you, JJ. I can't get the word. Malachi Tony, they got him at number 27.
Right.
You know, you're talking about the kid that came out. He's a freshman, came out of high school, 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. Miami's 5 of their pass catchers from last year are gone. So this guy's a true freshman. They say he's speedy, he's shifty, he's got great hands, had a great spring.
Denny loves this guy.
Yeah.
Denny, who watches practice, I guess, every once in a while.
So they expect some big things out of this kid. That's a lot to a true freshman.
Right.
Losing your 5 receiving cores from last year. So this guy's got to come into the season and have an impact.
They got a Texas A&M commit, an LSU commit, or I shouldn't say that. Transfer portal. Texas A&M transfer portal player, LSU transfer portal. Both play wide receiver. That's going to come in with Malachi. Those are the guys that they seem to be really trying to integrate.
JoJo Trader.
Trader.
He was a guy who was a freshman last year who should take a big
Also
step.
should step up. Yeah. So that's what they're looking for. If you're looking at strength of schedule right now in the ACC, and everyone's trying to look at where you can poke holes in these schedules, and the way it sets up, the Hurricanes, if you're just going through and you're taking a look at the non-conference game that they have, the early one against Florida, then the rest of the way, you start taking a look at the way it can work out for them. Avoiding certain teams is the key. But Notre Dame in week 1, the Florida Gators within the first 5 weeks of the season, that's tough. And Notre Dame still counts as an out-of-conference schedule, even though the agreement is Notre Dame plays 5 ACC teams.
I mean, I agree with you. On paper, I think both those games are difficult for them.
Yeah.
But you're talking about Notre Dame with a brand new starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Who hasn't thrown a ball in college football yet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's all not forget that. And I think that's something that we're all losing sight here. Like I'm writing about this today at USA Today is 5 of the top 8 teams in the coaches poll that just came out today.
Yeah.
All have first-year starters. So you're talking about Notre Dame, Georgia, Texas, Ohio State, and who's the last one? Alabama.
All right. Okay.
All with first-year starters. Now, you can say, well, Gunnar Stockton played last year. He started the bowl game, and he finished the SEC championship game. He's never played an SEC game. Never started an SEC game.
Right.
Never started on the road in the SEC. Never. These are big things.
Yes.
Ty Simpson has never started a game at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, he came in for remember Tyler Buckner? Remember that?
Yeah, there's so
he
many
came in
of
for
those
Tyler
guys.
Buckner on the road against USF, and he was the worst of 2 bad quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm the best of 2 bad quarterbacks.
Well,
so there's a lot going on, and I just think for anyone to think that Notre Dame's going to roll on the road at Miami, that game should be a sellout. You guys don't sell that out, Leon. It's embarrassing. Should be a sellout,
First
right?
of all, you
Should
ain't
be
gonna put him in
loud.
school like that, but go ahead.
You're expecting a young cat, a redshirt freshman, to go in there and win that game. And then the Florida game is, look, until Florida shows different, Miami beat the hell out of Florida last year.
Yeah, they did.
And I know that it wasn't G.J. Lagway's game, and I know it was a different situation, but and that was Cam Ward, and this is Carson Beck. But I'll tell you this right now, Carson Beck is not going to be that much of a step down from Cam Ward. He's just not.
Well, if that offense continues to operate, which that's the key, they believe that they got an offensive line and a decent set of running backs that they can arm him with. And Carson already talked about, you can go back and find on demand the interview that we had at the ACC with Carson. And he was popping that day because he finally got that full 100% clean bill of health. No limitations, full go is what Mario said about him, and it has them all fired up. That's what it boils down to. Running backs and receivers, offensive line, because he didn't necessarily have a full complement of all those guys.
But not only that, I mean, Carson Beck's record as a starter, he's 28-3 in the SEC. All right? That speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he's been in the big games. He's been in the Georgias. He's been in the games that mattered the most, and he's performed well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, he struggled a little bit last year, but I don't think I don't think there's going to be any real pressure on him.
They had the most drops of any team in college football last year, Georgia. The most drops.
Yeah, 30-some?
33, I think it was.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot expect him to carry a team when he's putting the ball right on the money.
Right. And then the question I asked him, which, we've talked about it a bunch when we visited with him up in Charlotte, was that you couldn't, roster-wise, you couldn't necessarily count on anybody being there to gain any rhythm because they either weren't available.
Or they were suspended.
Right. Yeah,
and
because of injury or suspension.
And another thing is, if you're a quarterback and guys keep dropping the ball,
right,
that's when you start forcing stuff.
Right.
That's when he threw that interception against Florida and there was 3 guys around his receiver. He was forcing something because he's desperate for a completion.
Right. Yeah. And that'll drive you crazy. It really will. But Miami, and let's just hit you mentioned the coaches poll, Matt, just some of the things that jump out as far as the hype. And I want you to repeat what you said about the teams that are at the top that do not have a quarterback that started the season last year that's under center this year. Texas, we do know. Arch is coming in with all of that hype. He was not the starter last year, had game action, but never really was the guy that they were leaning on and looking at as the starter.
Julian Sainz thrown 12 passes as a backup last year at Ohio State, okay? We saw what Gunnar Stockton did. He played hard in the second half. Their defense stepped it up. They got a short
field. All right, real quick, just Ohio State second with Julian Sainz coming in as an unproven starter. Then Penn State with Drew Allers, got a ton of experience, and then Georgia.
And then Notre Dame with Carr, and then Clemson's got a ton of talent.
Right.
With obviously Klubnik. Oregon, again, you're talking about a guy who 2 years ago started 4 or 5, I think 5 games for UCLA.
Yeah.
Dante Moore. You got Alabama with Ty Simpson.
Right.
Or a backup who's never started a game, Austin Mack, or a true freshman who's never started a game. And you got LSU at 9 with Garrett Nussmeier, who has experience, played well at times last year, but also struggled at times last year.
All right, so I at least want to hit a couple of these games, especially.
That's kind of my point why I think Illinois has got a third-year starter in Luke Altmaier.
Mm-hmm.
He's not elite, but he's very good, and he knows how to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, all right, let's do this coming up.
Levitt at Arizona State, a very good player.
There are big games that have big-time quarterbacks that are going to create mammoth matchups early, and then others that don't really know what they've got at quarterback just yet. We'll do that coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Tom McManus buckles his chin strap as he joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl for the new Helmets and Heels.
I just love man in uniform.
Catch the pros' point of view afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
Leon Serza here for Mel Excel. In 60 days, you'll be one of 2 guys. The first, sluggish, foggy, trying to keep up, or the second, driven, strong, and confident. What's the difference? Mel Excel Daily Low Dose Testosterone Protocol. 1 free access can change everything for over 100,000 men. You don't need to be the first guy anymore. Take control at trymelexcel.com. Your move.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 4th, 1984, Carl Lewis wins his first Olympic gold medal in the 100-meter dash.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Hacker here with a cool story to share with you guys. Everybody knows I've lost a lot of weight thanks to the great folks of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. But how about this? I went into my closet a couple of days ago, pulled out a shirt from 2019, and was able to put it on for the first time in over 6 years. That's what happens when you lose over 100 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. The guidance I get from Coach Kate, I've met with her every week, every step of the way. She was encouraging me. She was guiding me. She was giving me instructions. It made the plan so simple, and the weight absolutely fell off. Look, if it's time for you to lose weight, like it was for me, do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor and call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com. They can change your life. I know this because they've changed mine. Now it's your turn. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Your home is more than walls and a roof. It's where you breathe, drink, and power through life. At Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to keep it all running smoothly. From clean, cool air to clean water, reliable power to expert plumbing, we do it all. For over 35 years, families have trusted Donovan to make their homes healthier, safer, and more comfortable. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing today. 904-270-COOL, where health meets home.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Clean and Freaks at Zero Res. Great time of the year to get your house Zero Resified. And right now, you can get your entire home clean from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner. You'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $135. Plus, they're throwing in a free hallway and take $100 off the air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com or call 287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mocama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
First little taste of the polling preseason in your college football world as the coaches USA Today Top 25 is out. It's the first look at how they're looking at these teams coming in to 2025. If you guys have seen it, you got a thought on it, jump in the text line or the YouTube chat. You can hit the text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. Leon,
by the way,
address the number one concern that you had with Matt Hayes before we went to break.
Hey, listen, he so eloquently spoke on from 1 to 9. Then he just excluded number 10.
We just talked about
and then I just I'm just saying, I saw at 10, the Miami Hurricanes at number 10, the coaches poll.
Yeah, I'm glad you
We
pointed
just
that
talked
out.
about that, man.
You can never get enough.
By the way, August 30th in Columbus, Ohio, number 1 versus number 2 for the first time in the history of the poll.
It has never happened before.
Never happened before.
Golly, that was worth a that. I wish we would have done that. We'll come up with
JJ, we
another
needed
one.
that right now.
Just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville
So
Jaguars.
that, just for the record, that's to start the season off.
Yes, the USA Today USLBM coaches poll is out today.
Yeah.
Today.
And we've had
number 1 versus number 2 will play August 30 in Columbus, Ohio. Texas with brand new quarterback Arch Manning at Ohio State with brand new quarterback Julian Saint.
in the points total. First place votes, Big, 28 for the Longhorns, 20 for Ohio State, 14 for Penn State. And I do like the fact that they're probably looking at it and going, you know what? It's a deep team with their quarterback coming back. So they should be highly regarded. And we just mentioned a minute ago, those marquee games with the quarterbacks that are at least right now plugged in, man, that's going to help paint us an early picture on who can win a title.
Bro, you're talking about you got number 6 Clemson and number 9 LSU.
With a ton of stars from those two guys.
Absolutely.
You're talking
man.
dirty to me, and I kind of like it.
That's gonna be a tough game, bro. I'm gonna enjoy that game.
And you have Florida State beating Alabama at 3:30.
Yeah, right. But I think Florida State's
They're
going
to play hard in that game, man. I'm telling
Matt
you guys.
called it.
Yeah.
Matt.
Well,
I don't think they're going to beat
He said
them.
they're not going to win.
I think they're going to play hard. I think that'll be a fourth quarter game.
Yeah.
Okay, so they lose by 20.
No, I think it's going to be a single digits game, like 24-17, 24-20.
I'll put dinner on that.
You think that they're going to lose by?
You're putting dinner on Ty Simpson,
bro. I'm putting dinner on
the
Alabama.
road.
That's what I'm putting dinner.
He's putting dinner on Tommy Castellanos.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. I do think we got a bet.
Yeah, we get.
So what, you're giving him 7 points.
We'll do lunch.
Matt's giving you 7 points.
He's giving me.
Or
I'm
I mean,
not
you're
giving him
giving
7
Matt
points. I'll take the line, and I'll take the line for lunch.
See, now things change.
Line, we going straight
The
up.
line is like 14 and a half.
That part.
Why don't, if you're so confident in Alabama,
You're so confident in Florida State.
I think Florida State's going to play well.
Well, we're going straight up.
All right, Knowles fans.
We never go straight up. It's always
fans.
like this. We always use the line, Leon.
No, I don't recall.
By the way, we will have our Protect the Crown in our picks coming up.
Okay.
Alabama's going to roll in and win 48-3, and I'm just going to...
All right, so it's 13 right now.
It's 13?
It's 13.
Come on, you can give me 13. What's 13?
Oh, it's literally 13.
Double digits.
Yeah, it's double digits. You know what? I'll give you 13.
You guys pipe down. All right, there it is.
I'll
There it
give
is
you
for
13.
lunch.
Wow, I'm putting it in my notes app
yes,
right
put
now.
It in your notes. That's how bad I want Alabama to win. I give you 13.
I think JJ and I are looking at free lunch. That's all we really care about right now.
Right, but at the end of the day, whenever Leon loses, we always buy the lunch because he brings in chicken all the
I know,
time.
he's so
It's going to end up being me buying lunch anyway.
He's so good to us. And thank you, Matt, in advance. All right. So you got Texas, Ohio State, 1-2. The matchup we just talked about, high noon up in the Horseshoe to kick things off, AUG 30. Penn State, like we said, highly regarded right now. Georgia is 4th. Basically, when you look at the SEC inside the top 10, you have Texas. Now you can count them as an SEC perennial. Georgia, 4th. Then you have to drop down to Alabama, 8th, LSU, 9th. So that's 4 of the top 10 that are from the SEC. 2 of the top 10 are from the ACC, and Clemson and Miami. Notre Dame, the old Indy, they are there. And in the Big Ten, you've got Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon. They match the SEC with those numbers in the top 10. What else jumped out at you fellas? Arizona State's 11th. Illinois, who you've been loving on, Matt, is 12th. What else jumped out?
I mean, I like Arizona State, too. I mean, it's again, you're talking about it. I love the quarterbacks, okay? When you've got a good quarterback, I think you got a chance. I like Kansas State at 20. I like Iowa State with Rocco. I mean, there's look, I think the intriguing one of all is probably Texas Tech because they completely revamped the roster.
And Rocco's coming back as the leader of those Cyclones. And they still have I wouldn't say a fairly deep team, but they got a decent number of returners.
They do.
That are coming back. And Rocco Becht going to lead the charge.
I think Texas Tech is the big one because you're talking about a team that was revamped with the transfer portal.
Right.
Cody Campbell, the Texas Tech super booster, spent a ton of money, more than anyone, in the portal to completely reshape that team. And now there's a lot of expectations on Joey McGuire, the coach. A lot. Mm-hmm. So let's see what they do.
Yeah. Beautiful. Listen, here come the judge segment. I can smell it coming up later in the week. Which of these top 10s is going to take a huge tumble this year, and which one of these top 10s is going to, or
I'll give you an intriguing one.
Wasn't FSU in the top 10 last year?
They were. Here's an intriguing one. Tennessee has a brand new offensive line, new running back, new receivers, and oh, by the way, a new quarterback, Joey Aguilar.
Mm-hmm.
They're 18.
18th?
18.
You think that's too high?
Yes. I'm not even sure they should even be in the poll.
Well, but listen, they're behind Florida. Say the same thing that DJ Lagway's coming back with.
Florida has
Mr.
an entire offensive line coming back. They've got one of the best running backs in the country coming back. They're solid at receiver, solid to very good at receiver. Their defense played really well in the second half of last season.
Yes.
Florida, at least you could say, all right, fine, 17. Tennessee has no business even being in the poll.
Okay. I like where you're going.
Ain't you surprised by Michigan being 14th?
A little bit. Again, Bryce Underwood, never taking a snap.
Just remember this. This is preseason, and it's brand shopping is what brand
it's
awareness.
It's 100% brand awareness, which is funny because the coaches always say, that the CFP selection committee can't get it right. Yeah. These guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah, brand awareness.
They're just using blue bloods. That's all they're doing.
All right, we roll into the 1 o'clock hour. Mocama Beer Company Monday. We say hello to the quarterback whisperer. Denny Thompson is in. You guys hang out with us. Keep us on YouTube, the app, the dial, whatever it might be. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies. 1010XL takes you behind the microphone.
You know what I could use is a cup holder and a couple of Advil.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
You know me, and I'm a lot of things, but am I crazy?
Mornings on 1010XL.
Maybe I should get some pants on.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's. It's local, family-owned, and they've been part of our community since 1926. They've taken great care of me over the years, and I know they'll do the same for you. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Every NFL season starts with the fundamentals.
Gentlemen, this is a football.
Nobody covers camp like 1010XL.
And each year, there's a new challenge.
Powered by Roland Leash Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Attention sports fans, are you ready to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Best Bet. You can bet anywhere, but you'll definitely win here. Experience the thrill of sports like never before. With all the big games broadcasting live on our big screens and a menu stacked with your favorite foods and refreshing drinks, you're sure to find your winning ticket. Bet anywhere, win here, only at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Triumph has been a legend on-road. They've branched out to their off-road division as well. Give us the latest on what you can find on the asphalt.
They've got some great new products. They've got the Scrambler 400s you can get into for a little less than you might think. It's a great price point bike, but still a Triumph.
So affordability is also part of the equation.
It is, and it looks good, and it rides good.
CyclesofJacksonville.com, or check them out on their Facebook page. The showroom ready and waiting for you on Atlantic near Regency at Cycles of Jacksonville.
Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business Log on, American-Electrical.com.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. I also go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. The Jacksonville Jaguars are signing veteran defensive lineman Austin Johnson. Johnson is a former second-round pick in the 2016 NFL Draft by Tennessee and has appeared in 131 games, which include 56 starts. The Florida Gators have been ranked number 17 in the preseason coaches top 25 poll, and North Florida men's basketball will square off against crosstown rival Jacksonville in the River City Rumble on the road on February 14th. Right now, 89 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3.
We always like when the quarterback whisperer makes his way into the palatial studios of 1010XL. Denny Thompson joining us. How you doing, bro?
I am fantastic, boys.
We're doing great because you have just walked into a sea of insults that are being flung on the text line, Design My Lifetime.
Oh, yeah?
It's FSU slinging at Miami, Miami slinging at FSU, FSU slinging at Alabama, on and on and on. Miami always looks good on paper. I see 3 to 4 losses. Mario can't coach, says one of them. At least the Canes will sell out once this year when UF shows up. Another one getting after the Seminoles a little bit. Good afternoon, boys. Love you. Matt, what are you smoking? I need some of it. Bama rolls into Tally and runs the Seminoles out of the building. Norvell will be tossed after this season regardless of the buyout.
I think FSU plays well in that game against Alabama.
Denny, this is what you walked into.
You don't think so? You give me that look like, are you crazy?
You think you said that FSU was going to win that game?
No, I said I think they play well. I think it's like a fourth quarter game.
Oh, I don't think so.
No?
I don't think a fourth quarter.
All right.
No.
You guys got a lot of confidence in Ty Simpson, man. Tell you that.
I got a lot of confidence in
A lot of confidence in
Bama.
him. All right.
Defense. That's
You might be seeing the uniform over the player.
Maybe it's just not having any confidence in Florida State.
I see a tipped pass interception short field, a fumble short field.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
But see,
do you guys not remember Alabama on the road last year?
Well, I do remember the Oklahoma game when they had everything in front of them, and they blew it. They did.
How about the Vandy game?
Well, you keep but you keep bringing up. Do you remember Alabama last year? Like, do you remember Florida State last year?
Yes, I do. 100% I do.
That's a good point, Denny.
That was also with DJU and
okay,
and an overwhelmed.
I hope it is. I'm all about the big games on the opening weekend. I hope it's a great game, and I am pro Mike Norvell. Love the staff, and I hope so.
Yeah, it's funny. Let's just at least stay there just for 1 second because we came out of Charlotte last week. We got to talk to Carson, got to talk to Coach Norvell, Mario, a handful, like a bunch of them. That hire or both hires that Mike Norvell made, he needs both of them to pay off. Defensively, they weren't anywhere near where they were expected to be, obviously. We all know what happened under the DJU quarterback experiment. Anyway, what do you think about those two hires?
I don't know. I mean, Gus, let me just talk about the one that I know about.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the defense coordinator to talk about that. But Gus, I think, brings an interesting side to this because it's kind of got a Paul Johnson feel to it back in the day at Georgia Tech where
Triple option?
No, hold on. But yes, but no. Meaning you only prepared for that once a year, right? And then you would have to go into a game in full speed, have to see it. Gus isn't all the way that side, but he does do some things very creatively, very against the grain that will, if he has the personnel, will drive defensive coordinators insane during a week. And so I do think from that aspect, that's a good hire. And I do think that it will pay off because I think they're going to be able to run the ball well just off of, I don't know enough about their personnel, but off the personnel groupings he puts out there, the motions, the shifts, the way he pulls. It's very hard to prepare for when you're only going to see it once a year.
Plus, when you look at the quarterback, Castellanos, you can say whatever you want about a thrower. He's going to stress them in the run game. There's no doubt he will.
Yeah. I mean, but you have to throw. You're going to have to throw. Like, that's going to be the thing, and I think that's the thing everybody's waiting on at FSU, right, is can they run the ball? Sure, they can run the ball. They can get creative, run the ball. But what is their passing game going to look like? And I mean that from, going off the heels of last year, but also, I don't think anybody's ever called Gus Malzahn a passing mastermind.
No,
I don't think.
it does
right?
not go down the field very often.
Right. So there's a lot of questions, but I do give them that a little bit advantage, X's and O's wise, because Gus is it reminds me of like a different version of Kerwin Bell. It's just like he just sees things differently. It's interesting to watch.
So comparably to where he was at UCF, you would say he's got the better athletes at FSU, which could amount to more success.
Well, he better.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if he looks up at this thing and UCF had better athletes than FSU did,
that's a problem.
What are we talking about? That's a real issue. I would think he does, and I think that in the ACC there's some defense there for the taking. Like they can make some noise with that offense. But I also think like Bama. Here's my thing on Bama is like those cats have been in that program for a couple of years. Man, they're used to big games. They're not rolling in here like, oh no, we got to play FSU.
Yeah, that is a good point. And they've heard all the noise this entire offseason about how they did take their eye off the ball. How in the world did you lose that one up in Vegas, the way they did? And so, yeah, they've been hearing it. And at the very least, Kalen DeBoer has killed it on the recruiting trail. Maybe a bunch of them are maybe 26, but he got some good ones that were coming in this year too. We're going to find out how good he is, and then also getting his offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, back. Matt, the other one was Tony White, the defensive coordinator for FSU. They snagged him from Nebraska. He was only there for 1 year.
Really good coordinator.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Really good coach.
How much did they pay for?
Probably a lot.
Yeah,
would be my guess. Yeah, I mean that's a big upgrade for them as well. I mean, I just, Denny, I go back. I look at Alabama and I see, okay, they were clearly a different team on the road last year than they were at home. No doubt about it. All right. And then to me, I think of all those losses, I think the one that really stands out was the bowl game because they had an opportunity to set the tone for the next season, for the offseason.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to say, that's not really who we were. They're playing a Michigan team that can't throw the football. And they got basically pushed around all over the field.
Yeah. Do you not though? I mean, I give a little bit of a free pass because you're coming off of, arguably the greatest coach to ever coach.
Yeah,
football.
no doubt.
Right,
Which
there's a transition year that, like, I mean, obviously, you had everybody in there was recruited by him. You've got this coach who, no matter what he is, he's the guy that replaced Nick Saban.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I mean, I think it takes a little bit of time when you go into that to get your systems and the things you do well going up. And so I think if they don't have a big jump up this year, then yeah, that's a concern. But I wouldn't be too concerned about last year from an Alabama.
You're not convinced in Florida State basically. Like if they were playing, let's say, I don't know, Clemson to start the season, it'd be a different idea for you.
No.
You'd still say Alabama win the game.
Well, if you were saying if Alabama was playing Clemson. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Clemson's front seven.
Or even like Arizona State. They're playing Arizona State.
I'd probably take Alabama.
Wow. All right.
Well, here's the thing. The transition from Nick Saban to DeBoer, it reminds me a lot of my transition from Jimmy to Erickson, in which there was a lot less stress, okay? And it was profound because I remember Erickson going into Florida State week in the 89, he comes to the podium. We're getting all this pressure. We're used to it, the coverage and all that. And he comes in the meeting room and says, gentlemen, understand, it's just another game. Right then and there, we knew that there was a difference. The magnitude, you know what I'm saying? So he let up on us. We only lost one game that season, but we got destroyed by Florida State that game. But I'm saying, as a player, when you're used to stress, when you're used to doing the right things all the time, and then someone comes and gives you a longer leash, players, kids have a tendency to take that long leash.
Yeah, for sure, until it bites them, and then they realize, wait, we got to straighten out. But now, to your point, Matt, I do think Florida State does have some things going for them in that opening game. I mean, they're reopening a stadium.
Yeah,
it's going to be juiced. That fan base is just hoping and praying and doing anything that they can to avoid another losing season. They're going to be juiced.
They've
got a new system that nobody knows anything about. They don't know. Are they running Norvell stuff? Are they running Malzahn stuff? What are they doing defensively? You have a lot going for you. Yeah. It's just like, can you maintain that through a game? What are your adjustments, during the game, and what's your anticipation to their adjustments during the game? So, I mean, I don't think you're crazy for saying that. I see why you're saying that. I just think at the end of the day, like, we have to remember we're still 8 months removed from a team that won 2 games.
2-10. Right. Yeah. Right. I agree with you. Castellano has proven he can play well in some big games. He's done it. He's done it before multiple times. He's not the most accurate guy. I'll give you that. Right. No doubt about that. But he can put a defense in conflict.
Well, he's
no
one
doubt.
Of the few, he's one of the few that he threw for 2,000 and ran for 1,000. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
But when you look at this, Denny, we're looking at the coaches AP Top 25 that came out today, and honestly, these matchups are going to be ideal. Okay, just looking at some of these early ones, and I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know who's going to come out on top. I don't know if Arch is going to be swallowed up by the horseshoe, whether Julian Sayin is going to be the next biggest. Another great quarterback. We've seen a lot of them up there at Ohio State. Anyway, you look at that, you got to love it.
Yeah, they're both going to play like veteran quarterbacks that game. Both of those are really good football players. Julian Sayin, I've known that kid since he was 9th grade, 8th grade, something like that. We don't work with him, but I've been at a couple camps, and he is just,
so you think he'll come out of the box hot?
Yeah, man. He's one of those kids that didn't bother by much. He's had the spotlight on him since he was, in high school. Smooth, mechanically fantastic, just a good football player.
What about Carr at Notre Dame? Does he come out of the box hot?
Dude, that's one of my favorite guys.
So you think he does too?
I don't know what he does, but I'll say this: like, CJ Carr is the definition of what you want your franchise guy to look like in every way. Just everything from the way he handles himself to the way he handles media to the way he practices and works and all that kind of stuff. He is a guy that we work with very closely. And I am excited. Obviously Miami's that first game, but I'm excited for the season that CJ is going to have.
Is he related to the Carrs?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. What is he?
Grandfather was the head coach at Michigan.
So what is he to the Carr brothers?
Oh, no, not that Carr. Lloyd Carr.
Lloyd.
I
see.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a legacy kid.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, XL Primetime quarterback whisperer hanging out with us on a Mocama Beer Company Monday.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. He's not a senior citizen. He's Jacksonville's senior writer, John Osher. And knows your favorite football team. Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Chevrolet is proud to be a 7-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient, the only dealership in Northeast Florida to ever win this prestigious award, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. Visit nimnickchevy.com to learn more. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right. Where do you go? The answer is simple. Nobody but Nimnick. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Need electric vehicle repair? Guardian Collision is expert certified for any electric vehicle. Trust the home team for auto body repair on your EV. Guardian Collision. They guard what moves you at guardiancollision.com.
After 3 years, the Hacker Fantasy League is back here in 2025. Thursday night, August the 21st at Twin Peaks on Atlantic and Kernan, the HFL is back. Be listening to Hacker After Dark for your chance to enter.
Who says there's no free lunch? Join me, Hicken, and Jaguar and Gator legend Fred Taylor for free food and football talk Friday, August 8th at Alhambra Theater. When you hear this...
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing on 90-yard run.
Be caller 28 to win a pair of tickets to a free lunch with Fred. Doors open at 11. Jags talk, Gators talk, football talk, including a 1-hour Q&A with Freddie T. And we're buying you lunch. Stay tuned for this sound.
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing on 90-yard run.
To win your tickets, courtesy of Jenkins Hyundai and Genesis of Jacksonville on Atlantic.
The playoffs
playoff-bound Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are in full swing at the newly renovated VyStar Ballpark. Your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game, and kids round the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This football season, Hurricane Grill and Wings is your game day getaway. Catch every play with the perfect drink in hand. Handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita, Spicy Guavarita, Old Fashioned, or the Red Bullarita. Beer more your style to watch the games? Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Game day cocktails and Bud Light specials are here all season long at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find a restaurant near you at hurricanewings.com.
Maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is a little bittersweet for us because it hits close to home as far as XLP is concerned. But the Jaguars have signed offensive lineman Tremaine Ankrum and defensive lineman Austin Johnson. We don't know a lot about those guys, but they waived wide receiver J.J. Jones. Another J.J. has fallen hard. Okay, J.J. has been waived by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This J.J. is too big. There's not room for two of them in Jacksonville.
Exactly.
It's the truth.
I agree with that.
He had to get him out of town.
Right.
That's basically what happened. All right, so J.J. Jones, not J.J. LaSelva, is looking for future employment. We wish him the best, but the Jaguars making moves, and they are obviously trying to figure out moves at that offensive line position based on what came out of Friday night scrimmage, Big Surse, when they tried Anton Harrison a little at left tackle in place of Walker Little. We're going to ask Denny about this when you hit it first.
Yeah, he's just a camp body, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ankrum's guard. Played with the Rams.
Yeah, those guys they're bringing in. But I'm just talking about, just to set this up for the quarterback whisperer, they're a little worried about the left tackle position. Are they not right now?
Absolutely. Yeah. They're moving they're moving Anton Harrison. Well, he's getting reps at left tackle because Walker Little has struggled so mightily in camp and in the scrimmage these last couple of weeks.
That's not a position you want to be playing around with right now at this time of the year.
Nope.
No. So, all right, you're the quarterback whisperer, and you have you're watching your guy, and your guys right now, the whispers are he's having one of the best camps. This offense fits him, which is what you've talked about a bunch with Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence being paired up. But what about that left tackle spot if it doesn't hold up the way they want it to?
That's
my
problem.
Gosh, man.
That's problem, man. Because it's not even Leon's going to appreciate when I say this, I think. It's not that you only have to lose one time out of every 20, and you're a huge liability. Like, you can be good 90% of the time, but if you're losing with a frequency of, 5 or 10% of the time, It's not that you're losing; it's that your quarterback can't get comfortable back there because he's always wondering, "Wait, is this going to be one of those times?" Right? I mean, it's that position. Most of those guys win the majority of the time, but we've only found out about them. Really, only talk about them when they hold or when they give up a sack.
Right.
But I think from a quarterback perspective, if you can't get to the top of your drop and go through your progressions with some type of regularity and comfort, it makes it really hard to play that position.
I mean, then he's right. As an offensive lineman, if you get 60 snaps a game, and you play 57 of them good, if it's a hold or a sack
you're
or
the
pressure,
black guy.
then you're a bad guy. But your boy Walker Little has got to be batting 500. That's me. He must be losing clip after clip after clip in order for them to move a guy who you thought was stable at the right tackle position and move him at the left tackle position, because Walker Little is losing severely more than he should be.
I mean, I think we've all seen that in camp. We've all seen
it's not been good.
Really struggling.
Okay, so this is the basic question, and we'll run it through. You say it first before Denny, but you don't do that unless, at least I don't think you do that in that setting on a Friday night in scrimmage with fans come out, unless you are concerned.
Panicking.
Yeah.
Not even concerned. You're panicking.
Yeah, I was going to say panic meter.
You're almost 3 weeks in now, and it's clear he's not playing like you thought he would play.
In that setting, Denny.
Yeah. But I also want to give a little bit of grace and say that there is a possibility. I mean, that is the right setting, and this is the right time of the year to play around with things if you want to play around things.
Okay.
Try things if you want to try things. That's what you're there for. That's what this is literally called practice, so that you can see what your best five are, or you can see what if it's one of those things where the next left tackle is like, And y'all been there. I haven't been there.
Fred Johnson.
I'm not saying he's not
right.
strong.
No. I understand what you're saying, but my point is, you're in a scrimmage. It's a legit scrimmage on that field.
No.
And you're in front of fans. You're a week away from the first game. If you're pulling him out of that scrimmage,
no, I'm reaching. I'm reaching. But I also think, like, I say this all the time. If you have a quarterback and he goes an entire training camp and he throws, you keep stats of practice and he's got 60 touchdowns and 2 picks. I don't think he had a great camp. Because you need to be trying more.
Right.
Like you don't need to be checking down every time. This is the time to find out what you can do.
That
you just spent an entire offseason training to get better.
Right.
This is the time to find out, did you get better and can I take some chances?
Okay, so the other part of it is, and you can go scrimmage, Leon, if you want, or just the practices that we've all seen, but even though that line play isn't exactly, do you feel like Trevor's taken a bigger step with this offense because the ball is getting out a little faster?
Well, I think Trevor, the quarterback, he'll never say it in the presser, but the quarterback watches film too, and he watches film. If he's seeing guys get beat around the corner and giving up pressure, stuff like that. I always said that Trevor, unlike Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow finds a way regardless.
Yeah.
All right, and I think Trevor understands that he may not have the quintessential offensive line to protect him, but he's got to make decisions a lot faster to help complement their lack of protection.
You know what's interesting is I want to get your thoughts on this. I think Trevor's looked better, but I also think receivers are open. Like, I think what they're doing schematically, structurally in that offense is getting guys open, giving him easier throws.
Well, I mean, it is training camp, and I mean, I feel like we go through a little bit of this every year because the defense doesn't play the ball as hard or through the ball as hard. But you guys were at the scrimmage. I mean, that should have been, full go. I've said this. I've been consistent on this, and I also will be consistent when I say this. I think Trevor's going to have a good year, and the excuses are done. So even if he doesn't have a good year, even if the left tackle is not great,
right?
Even if he's a liability, you're never going to turn down $250 million. But when you signed that, basically what you said was like, I'm going to figure this thing out.
I'm the guy, and I'm the answer.
Right.
Yeah.
There's been years where the Chiefs replaced 2 or 3 offensive linemen after making a Super Bowl trip. I think about that Tampa Super Bowl. Like, just abused. But they were there.
Yeah.
And Mahomes was trying to find, or he was finding ways. Right. We've talked about Burrow. He's gone there after getting hit time and time again.
Yeah.
Some years where Cousins had some success was getting just pummeled.
And Mahomes, they just got pummeled by the Jalen Carters and the Jordan Davises of the world, and they went out and got another handful of guys. And they're saying Mahomes is having a good camp because they got the Toonies and all them to come in and basically got Trey Smith signed, all that type of stuff. And so they're optimistic about it. But it does come down to, and this is the question we ask you all the time, does the ball come out faster now, to Matt's point, with guys running open, where it's not horizontal passing and only a 3-yard gain?
Yeah, well, I mean,
coming
that's
out
the
faster
hope.
and going down the
That's
field.
the hope, and I think the other piece of that is, like, how's that offensive line looking in the run game?
Mhm.
You want the ball to come out fast, then start having those linebackers start to ask questions on, second and 4, third and 3.
No, there's no doubt about that.
Like, they may run this ball.
Right.
And so I can't just get to my drop that quickly. And then that ball you got a better window. You got an easier window. The ball can come out faster.
So that goes back to your scheme.
Yeah, and it also goes back to, like, we talk all the time about the Niners and how they do that high-low stuff.
Yes.
Those guys are wide open, but they also run the ball really well.
Brock is so good at the middle of the field, largely because those linebackers can't just get into a drop.
Right.
Like,
He
they
just
have to
drops it
respect
right
that
over him.
run.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boy,
Yeah.
that is honestly the recipe. That's the most important thing. And the way that Liam, learning from Sean McVay, play action will do that for you if you're successful.
Right. Those guys also had a great offensive line.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
They got a quarterback that made good decisions. They got receivers that got open. It's not just, there's a lot going on in the pass game.
I'll say this about Walker Little, too, though. I mean, you can get better. You know what I mean? Like, you can start off, they've been in camp for what, a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the third week coming up right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's still got a month.
He's shown he could play in the league, too. He's definitely shown it.
Well, then he apparently Walker Little doesn't have to practice well. He's just a gamer. That's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah, one of those guys.
Yeah,
Lights come on.
That's the narrative. When the
Lights come on, guys.
Lights are brightest, he shows up. So.
All right, Carson, speaking of the lights are bright, Carson Beck, quarterback whisperer, works with him and a number of other guys. He's looking good.
Yeah, man, it was so I was down there for the first practice last week and didn't need to be. No reason for me to be there, but I wasn't going to miss it.
Right.
Like, I mean, when you think about, it wasn't that long ago that he's coming off that field in Atlanta and having a major surgery, and that kid grinded this offseason. Unlike I've ever seen him in his life. And I think now that people are starting to see snippets of not just him throwing, but the way he actually physically looks right now, I think it's starting to pay off. So it was really cool to see him first day of practice, no limitations, letting that thing rip. He came out excited.
Right.
And after practice, he even told me, he's like, man, I had to calm down a little bit. It was coming out.
Well, once Mario said full go, that's what every Kane fan wanted to hear. That's for sure.
Yep, for sure.
And he's looking good, because, by the way, they're on the text line right now, Leon. Leon. Bush was in office the last time y'all won something significant. Get out the VCR tapes to see all
I'll say
highlights.
this like I always say. There's no expiration date on greatness. I've been great all my life.
There may not be an expiration date, but sometimes when you pull it out of the refrigerator, it might stink a little, if you know what I mean.
No. My rings still gleam.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about, things in the moment, they just destroyed both state schools last year.
That's right.
JJ that's his crutch,
Listen,
man.
Hey, I'm
his
right here. I'm
crutch.
throwing up the U with y'all. I am like an honorary Miami resident for the past 8 months. I'm all in with
I
y'all.
just
on
can't
that.
imagine a Florida or Florida State fan having anything to say to us
butt.
right now.
Who's your daddy? How about that?
Yeah.
Who's your daddy?
All I'm saying is the TG Lee box looks good when you pull it out because it's classic. It's a classic box. It's like, yeah, this is milk. This is what milk should be. Then you open it up and woo.
Well, we got
some
5 rings.
stank.
We got 5 rings.
I know you do. So does TG Lee. They got 5 rings too.
Who has 5 rings?
TG Lee. It's a legend.
Listen, I got
legendary
3.
milk.
Listen,
man.
just Florida
TG
State.
Lee didn't
Florida
text.
State, and Florida
Florida State and Florida texted.
Listen,
it's
it's all about the
beautiful.
rings. I got 3. The state of Florida, University of Florida got 3. Florida State got 3. Y'all beat me first before you talk about my school.
That's beautiful. All right, Denny, thanks, man, as always, for dropping by. Quarterback whisperer at Denny_Thompson. By the way, real quick, if you can answer this, and I don't really know that you know the answer in 20 seconds, but question for the quarterback whisperer: who determines what quarterbacks work out with the whisperer? Is it the school, the player, the coaches? How does that happen? I know you can't answer it.
I don't know. I mean, I work very little these days with quarterbacks. Will and Tom are so good at it. It's like I'm just kind of filling in when needed.
Right?
Yeah.
But they come to you guys, basically.
Yeah.
Is the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, in the podcast, Bill for more.
Yeah, Bill for more. Yeah. In fact,
They had
one
the
there now.
Boise State coach on there.
It was fantastic.
He was great.
He's awesome.
Logan Cook comes out tomorrow. Also amazing. Great
dude.
stuff. So, yeah, we've...
This is the special teams capital of the world. Okay.
Yeah. We're recording Dave Campo today, actually.
Whoa!
Yes.
Why bury the lead?
Yes.
Oh, looking forward to that. Thank you, Denny.
All right, guys.
It's XL Primetime Mocama Beer Company Monday.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Florida heat hitting like a heavyweight? Time to call in the champ. KO Electric and HVAC. We knock out the heat and power up your comfort. Fast, reliable, and undefeated in home service. KOElectricJacks.com. KOElectricJacks.com.
The 2025 NFL season is just around the corner, and we can't wait for you to be back at the bank. Your Jacksonville Jaguars are starting off the preseason going head-to-head with the Pittsburgh Steelers Saturday, August 9th. Be at the bank as the Jags take the field for the first time this season and grab your tickets for a 7 p.m. kickoff by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you soon, Jags fans.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
Hurricane season on the First Coast can leave you in the dark, so why not get a head start on storm season with a home generator system from American Electrical? They've sold and installed more generators in Jacksonville than any other company around, with scores of whole home generator installations throughout North Florida. That's right, American Electrical has been installing and repairing thousands of generators for over a decade in Duval. Keep your loved ones and property protected. Log on to american-electrical.com and see how they can help you.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's. It's local, family-owned, and they've been part of our community since 1926. They've taken great care of me over the years, and I know they'll do the same for you. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Jacksonville Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
They got all sorts of delicious craft waiting for you. They're going to be unveiling some cool stuff as you move into the fall months, and they definitely are fired up. Would love to see you right there on South 8th Street as you head into beautiful Fernandina Beach, their Wildlight location. always kicking as well, and you can enjoy. We're talking lagers, IPAs, Pilsners. They've got a Nitro Ale, which is outstanding, called the Mild, and then they got the 8th Street Gold. Plenty of other ones, Session and Imperial IPAs. Check it all out, mocama.com. Talking college football, you get the fever, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just got to get fired up. We got game week this week with your Jags going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The lone home preseason game will be right here under the lights at the bank Saturday night. And then the countdown is on, and primarily because it just came out today, the USA Today coaches poll, which unveils the top 25.
Let me just get everybody fired up real quick about college football, okay?
All right.
Clemson LSU, huge game at Clemson. I mean, gigantic game, right?
Yeah. Tiger on Tiger crime.
So, guess what a hotel room costs at Clemson? The Marriott, Courtyard Marriott in Clemson.
Probably the only
per
hotel.
night.
$650. $650.
No, there's more. There's more than one. There's plenty of hotels.
Okay.
You're not even close.
Are you kidding?
What?
Not even close.
1,000.
You got to get out gold bars.
Ding
to
ding
go-
ding ding ding.
Wow.
Well, you know what? That was the same thing.
$9.97 a night.
Bro,
Do you know how much you can buy in Clemson, South Carolina with $997?
Every one of those rooms will be taken too. Every one of them.
bro, last year when the Florida, y'all had a downtown hotel in Florida, and I looked at it, $1,005 per day for that Miami, Florida.
2-night minimum.
Exactly.
the 2-night minimum, man, they would get you big time.
In Greenville, which is 35 minutes away.
Yeah.
$500 a night.
Golly,
Dabo did that.
I love Greenville. I'm a fan of Greenville for sure.
I am too.
Man,
But not that much of a fan.
It's honestly, it's just high stakes ball at the beginning of the year. And these college towns, they know these people going to come roaring in.
The price gouging, bro. Come on.
It is a little bit of price gouging.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Look, prices of hotels are already a little high. Thanks to Airbnb. Airbnb said, we'll fix your little wagon. Okay. and so they're over there making money on the side, but still, that's a lot. All right. So one of our Gator fans texts in. You can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010, talking about that FSU-Alabama game. Ryan Grubb as OC. Watch how well that offense runs this season. And I'm a diehard Gator fan saying that. And so kind of like what Denny was talking about with what Gus Malzahn does, wherever he goes, it's the same type of offense. It's not like you're going to expect anything exotic, new. He was an inventive spread guy. Gus Malzahn was when he first came in from Ark State to Auburn as the OC. Anyway, Ryan Grubb is considered one of those, like your guy, Shannon Dawson, down there in Miami. Ryan Grubb, because I don't know what to expect defensively, Matt.
He's been with Kalen DeBoer almost his entire time.
Yeah, that's through his
right-hand man,
yeah.
OC, quarterbacks coach, all of it. Like they've done this. They've developed this offense together.
Right.
So from what the text is trying to say, he's exactly right. Certainly there'll be more at ease. There'll be more ease for Kalen DeBoer actually with this offense than there was last year.
Mm-hmm.
They know each other. There's familiarity there. So that's going to help. All I'm saying is it's a different quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It's a quarterback who has not played well. It's a quarterback who is now in year 4 there.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, you would think. I'm gonna ask you this question, man. If there ever was a time to pick a team off, it would probably be week 1 because nuances, don't have film on them, formation sets, all that kind of stuff.
All that stuff. You know that.
I mean, because you can't prepare for it in the off season, especially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if there ever was an upset, it'd probably be in week 0 or week 1.
Yeah.
Now to the texter's point, I wouldn't be shocked at all if Simpson plays well. It wouldn't shock me because they'll put him in position to play well. Can he? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
if he can't, then it's going to be Austin Mack or it's going to be the true freshman.
I think the classic question is can, like we just said, it's the same offense with Gus and with Ryan Grubb, basically the same type of, but can you walk in with your offense and tell that guy to adapt and adjust? Or do you need to adapt and adjust based on what the guy is? Well, in the case of Ty Simpson, we don't know what he is or what he's capable of, but you can think of some certain examples where you were trying to get a guy that doesn't fit your offense. The classic one is Urban Meyer trying to get John Brantley to run a spread offense, okay? It just was not going to work. He was not that guy. And that's what I'm interested in Ty Simpson. And
well, here's the thing. If you're an offensive coordinator, and I've been in situations like this, if you got an offensive coordinator and you got pretty much a brand new starter at quarterback, if you're going to run the ball, it makes things easier for the kid anyway. If Alabama goes up and lines up, say, hey, you know what? We're just going to pound away. Then we're going to play action you. We're going to screen you. That will make it easier for this kid at Alabama if you go into a hostile environment like Florida State.
Yeah, and if he can do that and kind of calm the Jets and whatnot, then they'll be successful. But that's what you're trying to figger out, whether or not they're going to be able to handle that part of it, the pressure cooker. And you know the pressure cooker more than anybody. All right, real quick, and we'll do this later on as we get going with the top 25 and just look for some of the outliers, guys, teams that could be on the climb and teams that could be on their way out. It'll be a fun exercise. But Ole Miss is plugged in the middle of the teens. They're 15th. We mentioned Michigan earlier. Leon, you were asking about whether or not that's too high for them because we really don't know what you've got up in Michigan offensively. We really don't. SMU plugged in 16th. Again, we were talking about brand awareness, Matt, with the first coaches poll, the preseason. That's what everybody's basically ranking is what they remember versus what they think might happen, putting SMU 16th. Indiana is 19th. I'm a little surprised by that. That's, again, a kiss
I think that's Signetti.
from last year.
That's a kiss to Signetti. And Mendoza's a good quarterback, got it from Cal. That's the guy that I thought Miami would get until Carson Beck entered the picture. Look, he's proven that he can coach. Everywhere he's been very successful. You may not like the way he acts, the way he talks, but he's a good coach. He's a good quarterback coach. He's a good coach, a good offensive coordinator, which is what he is there.
Right.
And they're going to score points. Again, they have a very favorable schedule. Again, not as easy as last year, but one that could get them, if things fall their way, could get them in the playoff, at least picture again.
All right, let's go back to one from earlier. We were talking about the Dogs and whether or not they've got their guy and Gunnar Stockton now that Carson Beck is down in SoFlo. Off the text line, 641-1010, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Matt, you are correct, buddy. The trick is to have a good quarterback, especially in college, protecting the football. That's why I think my Bulldogs are going to be so good. I think Gunnar Stockton can tuck it and run basically like a fullback, and that's what Kirby likes. I think we'll be back to the ways we were back in the day. I'm paraphrasing because he did go on a little bit.
Back in the day, you mean 2 years ago?
The program is amazing, Matt. Embrace it, buddy. Quit being stubborn.
It's 100% amazing. There's no doubt about it. All I'm saying is you're putting a lot of stock in a cat that, hasn't started an SEC game, hasn't been on the road in the SEC. It's a different animal. It just is. And they've got a very difficult schedule.
They do. There's no doubt. You start rolling through the entire SEC, and there are a lot of landmines on that schedule, especially when they venture out.
They were really upset at Carson Beck, and they were upset at the wrong person last year. And to me, I think this might be a situation where you see what you had and now what you have. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't think they realized what they had last year with Carson Beck.
All right, we're going to keep it rolling. We got to get back to some Jag talk. There's an interesting thought that's out there as far as the roster is concerned. We will do that coming up. It is easy to join us. You can jump on YouTube, find XL Primetime, jump in the chat there, or hit us up, 641-1010 on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosure.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my successful back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Ready to ride the waves? Best Bet St. Augustine is turning up the heat with our Summer Splash promotion. We're giving away over $40,000 in cash and prizes, including a brand new 2025 Yamaha Wave Runner. From now through August 8th, every hour you play poker or table games earns you an entry to win. It all leads up to the grand prize drawing on August 9th. The more you play, the more chances you have. Don't miss your shot to make a splash this summer. Visit bestbetjacks.com for all the details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Cleaning Freaks at Zero Res. Great time of the year to get your house zero resified. And right now, you can get your entire home clean from Jacksonville's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner. You'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $135. Plus, they're throwing in a free hallway and take $100 off the air duct cleaning. Schedule your appointment at ZeroResJacksonville.com or call 287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Zero Res. What NFL stadium has been used the longest by an NFL team?
Filing an insurance claim following a storm shouldn't be an ordeal. Southern Oak Insurance's claim team prepares for catastrophic situations well in advance. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Green Bay's Lambeau Field has been used by the Packers since 1957, a span of over 60 years.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that this whole left tackle ordeal, and we're rolling into the season, this guy is concerning to the big fella, all right? It is, man. You got Anton Harrison, who was drafted essentially to be a right tackle, moving over to playing left tackle. And I know he's had history of it when he was in college, but our left tackle should be solidified, this late in the season. And trying to rectify it now in August when you got a game in September, it's crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. Walker Little's got to play better. This narrative that, you know what, doesn't practice well, but boy, he's a gamer. That doesn't fly with me. I'm sorry. You got to practice well and then be a gamer. But you got to fix it, man. You got to fix it. Somebody need to go read bedtime stories to Trevor so he can sleep well at night.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on that. I think it's definitely a shot across the bow to him. That it's time to turn it up. It's time to turn up the wick. And if you look at him, he's like everything you want physically out of a left tackle. Mm-hmm. He's long. He's from the waist down. He's got a body that can anchor. Like he's got big good asses, and big thighs. Yes. Yeah. But I don't know what's going on. It's almost like he knows he's got the job, and he's not working.
Yeah, I would hate for that to be the case. And honestly, I don't know what to make of it other than there's a huge question mark next to his name. How can there not be? And I still believe, and this is, of course, Augie optimist, might as well admit to that, but the quick pass game the run game. Those are the two things that I think will mask that if it is still a big concern with Walker. And I do think he has enough talent, and if Cohen and company can get it out of him, that I think he can be an above average left tackle. I don't like what I've seen so far. I 100% agree with you guys. He is right now not where he needs to be, just in terms of being able to handle one of the most important positions on a football field, playing offense. That is a crucial spot for him. But at the same time, Trev still went 19 for 27, got him in the end zone.
A lot of that work against the twos.
Yeah, but he also got him against the first team.
Yeah, with the ones he did.
And so, and so that's basically where we are right now. And we'll see where it goes if they can handle that, getting the ball out faster to mask some of the problems they may have with that line.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We didn't get to see all these guys with the scrimmage. We haven't seen all these guys necessarily 100% in camp, but Dan Graziano of ESPN does a great job. You see him on Get Up and all the other ones covering the NFL, but he did post earlier on X, the Jaguars plan to keep 4 running backs and use a committee approach. And when you're talking about right now, guys that are being looked at, battling for that top job, you could honestly go from a first-round pick in Travis Etienne to a 7th-round pick in LaQuint Allen, all having a say in how this thing shakes out and who gets the most carries. But you get the feeling they all could make this team. Etienne's battling. We know that. Mm-hmm. Tank, if I'm saying who the presumptive starter is right now, I'm saying it's Tank Bigsby. And then I'm going Etienne as I think, a very good option for them, especially outside run, screen game, all that stuff. Bashal Tootin, we didn't get to see him in the scrimmage because he wasn't 100% healthy. But LaQuint Allen has turned some heads. You guys both know that.
I mean, the quarterback and the running back by committee, I mean, you're going to have fresh bodies, fresh legs based upon whatever play call you call it. And that puts ATM back into the mix. Because essentially we thought, he might be trade big towards,
Yeah, I ain't closing the book on him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go back to work a little. Look at the schedule, man. You got Henderson. You got Will Anderson.
Oh, you're just talking about guys
you got Boza. You got Chris Jones. I mean, that's you got to be good at left tackle, man.
Yeah. And
you got Nico and Chris Jones. I mean, they got problems.
No, Chris Jones.
You got to figure that out.
Yeah, proving he can line up anywhere.
Yeah, and if they know that that's a weakness, that left tackle, he's going to line up there.
Yeah, they'll look to expose it. And so if I guess concern number one, and it has kind of not expanded from offensive line, it's come down to one guy right now on offensive line because that's the most important one. I'm not looking at the others and freaking out as much as
you're still uneasy.
Yeah.
But the left tackle, now you're starting to freak out a little bit.
Yeah, it's like I do on text.
I think they're the same way. I think the staff is the same way, and that's why they pulled him because they're at a point now where like, what is going on?
Like one on text is general question mark. The other one is question mark, exclamation point, question mark. That's what this one is right now. All right, let's get ready for the heels.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Helmets and heels ready to roll. Lauren Brooks in the house. You guys coming out of the scrimmage. Biggest question mark for you? Was it?
I think it's a tie between left tackle, or maybe tackles in general, and interior defensive line. That. I obviously the Jaguars have made moves today, so they're trying to be ahead of that situation. But certainly what I thought was going to be the case of Mason Smith and Eric Armstead really holding down that defensive front in the interior has not worked out to that
Yeah, when
point.
both are missing in action.
Not feeling it right now.
Yeah. And look, Eric Armstead has a back.
Not seeing it more than not feeling it.
Eric Armstead has a back, so we have no idea how long he's going to be down.
Right. And Makari had the back spasms, and obviously we've been able to see him return now. So, how long with Armstead? But that was an odd one from the get-go. I remember the second day of practice looking around and talking to other media members and being like, why isn't Eric Armstead in team drills? We're early on, and the pads haven't even gone on. So there has to be something going on. So,
All right, you guys are
lots
gonna
of
bat that
concern.
around?
But you know what? The quarterback looked good, so there's that.
All right, good. What else
But yeah,
is happening?
we'll do that. We'll also talk some college football. Bruce Feldman's The Athletic came out so as far as the freaks list.
Yeah, we
I love
liked
me
it.
some freaks list. So as far as football players, I'll add that to that
Yeah.
sentence. And so I wanna go through that
All
as
right,
far as
sounds
Florida,
good.
Georgia, FSU. Yeah.
All right, we will be listing the freak list included Jeremiah Smith being tracked at 23.5 miles per hour. 23.5.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and so we're going to get into that a little bit.
That is moving.
Yeah.
Armstead, the back injury. Yeah, right. I was told by an old veteran of the Steelers, if you can't diagnose a back, you could just let it linger as long as you want.
Well,
Sounds
we're
like
going to
a
find
veteran
out.
trip.
Listen, I'm hoping, I'm praying that he's not. All right, we're done. Mocama Beer Company, thanks to them. Check them out every single day. Mocama.com, Fernandina Beach, and Wildlight. And on the shelves, Joe C., Big Sirs, Matty Hayes, JJ. We will talk to you manana.
XL Primetime, driven by